Hello and welcome to Martin Lucas Investors channel. My name is Sensei and I'm here doing the weather forecast for you guys. And what I mean by that is the market forecast. We're going to be looking at a few news stories this morning. We're going to be seeing if it's rainy or sunny in the markets today. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and we can get straight into the show. What are we covering today? We're going to be covering the XRP chart is what we're going to start with. Then we've got some news surrounding Eric Trump and his visit to Dubai, talking cryptocurrencies. We've got Mastercard news in the crypto space as well. Some special news about the XRP ETF. Two dates lining up that we weren't expecting, and it's a good observation. We've got Bitcoin going to 1 million, suggests some person who I don't think is very credible, but we will look into that story. We've got BlackRock doing big tokenization as well. We'll be covering that story, and also Snapchat, unfortunately, isn't looking too good today after its earnings. So a bit of thunder there for Snapchat. Got a bit of thunder going on there. We might have some sun for some other stocks and crypto. Let's see if we can make some money today. Okay, so let's start with looking at our first news story regarding the XRP chart, and then we'll move into our articles of the day. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you have just tuned in, please do hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. We are very close to, here it is, 77,981 subscribers. Can we get 19 subscribers during the show and get up to 78,000 subscribers? Let's see if you guys can do that. That would be brilliant. Okay, let's get started. XRP chart. Martin's in the chat. He enjoyed the lightning. We are getting, this is just the beginning. It's only going to get better. So thank you, Martin, for that. So XRP is, again, the reason I wanted to bring this to your attention is because it's very clear $2.30 is a very much a level of resistance. It is strong resistance at the moment. We have been trying to get back above it. We did get back above it on Monday. However, we closed directly below $2.30. The next day, you can see it was clearly used as resistance, and now you can see we're back below the $2.30 level. So we are keeping an eye on $2.30. As soon as we do get back above it, that is when we start seeing a potential breakout and a confirmation coming back and testing $2.30 and heading to $2.62. So currently XRP is pretty much flat. So we are looking towards $2.62 if we break $2.30. So we are keeping an eye on the XRP chart. That is what we do want to see, is a break of $2.30. Moving on to our next story from Eric Trump. This is an interesting one. Obviously been a big advocate in the crypto space. Yes, let's have a quick look at your forecast, then we'll do this as a video. Every day we improve and grow the network. Live forecast every trading day. Yes, that is correct. The live forecast. I am the weatherman. Let me see. I can actually be. We've got a forecast lady as well. Here she is telling us about what's going on in the news. We will have a weatherman as well, which will be me. I am the weatherman. So let's get good team, good job. Yes, always improving, always trying to give the members, the viewers, more and more content, and I will be going live every single morning. Okay, so what do we want to have a look at? We want to have a look at Eric Trump, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a video. Let's just make sure our audio is working. There he is. We want to make that full screen like that. We've got this news to bring to you. We've got this news to bring to you as well. And then we'll move on to Mastercard. But let's make this into a video and do a live reaction. Let's make sure that is going to play.
Probably the two, and the willingness to again say yes, back to the first part of our interview.
Just making sure that level of sound is good. Okay, let's get into this news story. If you are watching live, you get to see this video being created live, so you don't have to watch the video again, but this will go out to a wider audience later on once everyone is awake. Cool. So let's get started on this news story. Here we go. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investors channel. We are looking at a news story from Eric Trump. Very important news. He has been in Dubai at some crypto events. He has been looking at opening his new Trump Tower. So he has brought us some very interesting news about traditional banks going extinct. We've got some news about him accepting crypto payments. So if you haven't seen this news, please do stick around and we can have a live reaction together. So let's first start by watching this interview that came out this morning on Eric Trump on cryptocurrency.
The willingness to actually look forward and realize that the modern financial system is broken, it's slow, it's expensive, and there's nothing that can be done on, blockchain that can't be done better than the way that the current financial institutions are working. Swift.
Look, we've got him saying here that blockchain is the future. He is an advocate for the cryptocurrency space. He's an advocate for the crypto industry, and right now he is. The news story here is the modern financial system is broken, slow, and expensive. So we can really see that crypto is here to stay, and Eric Trump is giving some insight into that. So let's carry on with this.
Swift is an absolute disaster. There's not a week that goes by that I'm either trying to send out a wire on a Friday afternoon or trying to receive a wire on a Friday afternoon. A week that institutions are working.
Let's see what he has to say about Swift.
Disaster. There's not a week that goes by.
Listen to that. He's just said Swift is an absolute disaster. And what is the cryptocurrency that's going to replace or aid or disrupt the space? XRP is going to disrupt that space massively. And even Eric Trump is saying Swift is a nightmare. And let's just listen to that again, because I think that's very significant.
Are working. Swift is an absolute disaster. There's not a week that goes by that I'm either trying to send out a wire on a Friday afternoon or trying to receive a wire on a Friday afternoon. You're worried if you're going to hit that 4 o'clock cutoff time, where you might not see your, whatever funds you're supposed to be receiving in the ordinary course of business, for another.
That is the issue. Remember, cryptocurrencies are here 24/7. There won't be a 4 p.m. cutoff. The fees are low, especially with XRP. Fast, low fees, plenty of liquidity, and it's really coming for actors in the space such as Swift. And you can really you can sense Eric Trump's disappointment and anger and frustration with the current financial system. And obviously, he has a lot of influence to his father. To get things moving, and if he's not happy about something, I think his dad will help him out. Let's put it that way.
Another 72 hours or whatever it might be. It's insane. Why do banks work 9 to 5? With a long lunch break. Monday through Friday. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's you could go try and get a mortgage in the United States or really anywhere else around the world, but you and whoever your spouse is, you could sit there for 90 days, 120 days going through and know your customer with a bank that's literally been your banker for the last 25 years.
You can really see, you can sense a lot of frustration in his voice and his demeanor. He is not happy about the current financial system, and I think he wants to be an advocate for the cryptocurrency space, and maybe we'll see some more of him personally getting involved with it as well. But this does present opportunity if the banks are not doing, if he's not happy about the banks and he's literally suggesting cryptocurrencies are next, then again, not financial advice, but not being exposed to crypto can be a silly move, because we can see that it is the future. That's literally what he's saying in this video. So let's continue.
And it takes you, 120 days to get a mortgage to buy a house. By the time you get the mortgage, the house that you want to buy is already gone, and your dream's already imploded. This isn't modern finance. This is incompetent. You want to go buy a watch. You want to go buy a car. It's already imploded. This isn't modern finance. This is incompetence. Try and transfer money across the world. You want to go buy a watch. You want to go buy a car. You want to go do whatever it is. The banks take half of that. You have currency conversion rates. You have all sorts of things. You have to find a branch bank in a country with a banker you've never spoken to before. You don't even know if they're, a real life banker or if they're a fraudster. Whereas you can open up a DeFi app right now. You can open up, any cryptocurrency app, and you can send money wallet to wallet instantaneously without the expense, without the variability.
I apologize for the echo. I am working on a solution so that doesn't happen again. Just testing something out, but let's continue.
Our banking system is broken. Our banking system is antiquated. Our banking system favors the ultra wealthy. And what actually got me into it is the fact that I realized our banking system, it was weaponized against the vast majority of people in our country, either the people that don't have the.
So there we go. I mean, we don't need to go any further. We've got the sentiment of what he's saying. Another thing that came from that trip to Dubai is Eric Trump reveals his $1 billion development project with DAR Global in Dubai will be open to crypto payments for units at Trump Tower. So he is literally going to be accepting cryptocurrency payments. This is a big move forward. We know he's a big advocate, and this is a news story that just solidifies that idea of who he's trying to be within the administration, within as a person, and his business model. So we will continue to see developments from Eric Trump, and we'll continue to cover them. So do make sure you do subscribe. But I thought this is quite a cool news story to bring to you. So thank you very much for tuning in. There will be a video up here and one up here for you to watch straight after this. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. So that was our news on Eric Trump and the developments, his development accepting cryptocurrency payments. You can see how angry he was with the banking system. His literal quote is, "Our banking system is inadequate, favors the ultra wealthy." We saw what I found really interesting was his stance on Swift and payments. So again, what is the solution for that? XRP is the solution for that. So I wonder if he will start endorsing that and start being an advocate for Ripple and XRP to a greater extent than he already is. So that's our first news story. Moving on to our moving on to our Mastercard story. Very annoying. Just trying to sort this out. Here we go. Just so you know what we're doing next, we're doing the Mastercard story at the moment. So Mastercard has officially added stablecoin settlement support to their card. So leading credit card company Mastercard is officially adding stablecoin support settlement, giving users the ability to pay with stablecoins. In an era where institutions are looking towards digital assets and cryptocurrencies as a payment alternative, Mastercard merchants will now have the option to receive payments in stablecoins. You can see the whole industry is moving towards these cryptocurrencies. It's moving at a pace that is unseen. Every single day we're getting so many different stories, and here is Mastercard adding crypto stablecoins for settlement. Even if you don't pay with a stablecoin, the merchant can choose to take the payment in a stablecoin. Mastercard is partnering with firms including payment processor Nuvi and stablecoin issuers Circle and Paxos to enable stablecoin payments. With increasing global regulatory clarity, stablecoins are evolving from crypto trading tools to essential solutions that bring efficiency and programmability to payments, disbursements, and remittances, the company's latest press release says. We'll see if we can get the press release up as well. Mastercard also announced that it's working with crypto exchange OKX to launch a new card. The company already has partnerships like this with several crypto institutions, including MetaMask. A timetable for the addition being seen for customers remains unknown. Here is from Mastercard's official newsroom. This is their press release. Mastercard unveils end-to-end capabilities to power stablecoin transactions from wallets to checkouts. Latest partnerships from OKX and Nuvi will unlock a 300-degree approach where customers can spend stablecoins and merchants can receive them, creating a seamless ecosystem. Mastercard is the future of payments. Mastercard is advancing the future of payments, finance, and technology with a new global end-to-end stablecoin acceptance and payments capabilities. With increasing global regulatory clarity, stablecoins are evolving from crypto trading tools to essential solutions that bring efficiency, programmability, payments, distributions, and remittances. Harnessing this potential, Mastercard is ensuring that people and businesses can make and receive stablecoin payments anytime, anywhere. Massive development, massive card provider is now embracing stablecoins, while banks and fintechs are increasingly engaging with solutions built on stablecoins. Global ubiquity and scale is contingent on everyday utility, seamless integration into existing financial systems, and intuitive user experience to allow customers and businesses to use stablecoins as easily as their money in their bank accounts. Mastercard is providing a integrated 360-degree approach. Wallet enablement, card and acceptance. Mastercard's partnerships with crypto natives like MetaMask, Kraken, Gemini, Bybit, Crypto.com, Binance, Monovate, and Bleep allow customers to enter the crypto ecosystems to earn rewards, pay, and spend stablecoins on their crypto wallets via traditional cards at over 150 million merchant locations accepting Mastercard globally, as withdraw stablecoins into their bank accounts with Metacast Move. Wow, this is big. This is literally saying everyone who has a Mastercard. Remember, it's a lot of people think of cryptocurrency and traditional finance as different things. They are different things, but what's important, which Mastercard are saying here, is integrating them together. So we already have all these card machines around the globe accepting Mastercard payments. We're not going to create a whole different system. We're going to let you on your. We're going to create cards. We're going to partner with exchanges where you have a Mastercard card and you can do stablecoin payments. And this is the beginning. I don't think they're going to end with stablecoins. I think obviously there's the most clarity of stablecoins at the moment, moving onto cryptocurrencies as well, where merchants can accept cryptocurrencies other than stablecoins, can make payments directly with their cryptocurrencies without exchanging them into different tokens before they pay. So obviously this is a massive development. 150 million merchants accept Mastercard, so from one little change, now they can accept stablecoins, every single one of them. Differentiation value through cards and beyond. Mastercard is partnering with OKX to launch the OKX card, providing millions with easy access to their funds. Merchant settlement, on-chain remittances, powering more efficient payments and commerce applications. The Mastercard multi-token network helps enable real-time payments and redemptions, allowing partners like Ondo Finance to leverage on-chain tokenization assets. JP Morgan Chase and Standard Chartered are connected to MTM today, connecting deposit accounts with new emerging digital asset use cases. So there we go. That's more about digitization there as well. Here we go. When it comes to blockchain and digital assets, to benefit from mainstream use cases are clear, said John Lambert, Chief Product Officer at Mastercard. To realize its potential, we need to make it easy for merchants to receive stablecoin payments and for customers to use them. We believe in its potential. We believe in the potential of stablecoins to streamline payments and commerce across value chain. Unlocking this is core to how we navigate the rapidly changing world, giving people and businesses the freedom they want by providing choices they deserve. There we go. That is the news story. Mastercard, always good to bring you the news stories like this, showing you the crypto world evolving. Let's move on to our next bit of news, which will be the XRP ETF. This is a very quick bit because obviously we've covered this yesterday, but it is important to bring you this. We did tell you about the delay of the spot ETF yesterday. If you haven't seen that, there is a video on the channel, and there is the live stream from yesterday, and the video will be coming out later. But what we've got here is the XRP ETF approval delay date is actually lining up with the 60-day period for the SEC to the SEC appeal. So let me just read this. It will explain it better. Oddly, The delay of the ETF approval to June the 17th, we cover that news, is the date that falls just after the expiry of the 60-day period by which the status report must be filed by the SEC and the SEC versus Ripple appeal to the court order date of 16th of April. So remember, spot ETF got delayed. SEC versus Ripple appeal has a 60-day window. They are both falling towards basically the same day, so we can get two pieces of massive news around the 15th to the 17th of June. If they both come in strong, that would be a week where it would be interesting to see the price action of XRP. So just wanted to bring that to you guys, because maybe mark the date in your calendar, because that could be a big day in the crypto in XRP's price history. We'll see. We'll be covering it more towards that date and see if there's any developments. But I didn't mention it yesterday, but it looks like those two dates are coinciding. And here we go. We've got this guy called Arthur Haynes predicting $1 million Bitcoin by 2028. Let's have a quick look at your comments. Let me know if you have any comments. We can do a quick Q&A before we move on to this news story. Let's just making sure I've got everything ready here. We'll make this Bitcoin to $1 million a video as well. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, let's go through these questions. Teamwork makes the dream work. Hello, James 007, welcome to the show. Echo, the video's echoing when you start. Yes, I do know that. Thank you, Stacy. The view out the window looks nice. I could imagine a deer walking past. Sensor, you should put a bird feeder in the window to attract the birds. Will look good. Should I put one literally just here and see if the birds will come and land? Maybe that's a good idea, James. Thank you, Matt. The next big wave is coming for XRP. Adoption is rising, institutions are diving in, and the innovation will fuel the rise. Thank you, media digitization. Dynamite Power says, hello. Please pump XRP, Sensei. Even if I wanted to, I can't pump XRP. Matt, XRP is too big to pump. Sensei Ukraine to sign a deal. Is that breaking news? Let's have a look. Let's go to Sky News and see what's going on. Sky News. Just trying to see if we have that.
Issue rent fuel allowance, but people.
I can't see that news. Let's just have another look. News. Ukraine ready to sign US resources deal as early as Wednesday. That's what Bloomberg is reporting. Let's have a look at this then. Maybe Martyn will be able to cover that in more. Actually, I can't look at the Bloomberg article. There's only one article, and that's from Bloomberg, and it's a paid article which I can't cover. Let's see if we've got any other news. If not, I'm sure Martyn will be covering that news in about 35 minutes. Let's see if anyone else has got that news. No, we will make sure to bring you any breaking news later on. Thank you, Build Your Own Empire, for that piece of news. How many likes are we on? Are we slacking on likes? Is anyone awake yet? We've got 112 people watching us, 122 people watching, and only 46 likes. I think we need a morning song to wake everyone up.
The year is It's 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony.
There we go.
Until
Let's
one
get the
day,
lights
a young
up.
man catches fire. This is
Let's keep
Phoenix.
Martyn dancing on the screen. Here we go.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded.
Good morning, Captain Crunch. Henrik says good afternoon. Motto 18. Now I can make breakfast with Sensei southing information about my assets. Yes, the morning show. The weather show. If you want me to review, you can become a member or do a super chat. Let's get 100 likes, 66 likes. Thank you everyone for smashing up the like button. A little, oh, you like the song. I think it's called Phoenix. Okay, let's move on. Let's just see. Yes, James, I might look into that. El Pabo, if you want to become a member, here's the membership link and we can have a look for it. Oh, interesting. I'm signing to there. Okay, let's 142 people watching. Please do hit that like button. We have covered XRP. So if you want to watch that, please do head back. At the beginning of the video, we did XRP, we covered Eric Trump news, we've done the Mastercard news, XRP ETF. Now we're moving on to Bitcoin to $1 million and we're going to create it into a video. Just reading James's comment, I love it. Okay, here we go. Let's do the $1 million Bitcoin video. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investors channel. We've got news of a $1 million Bitcoin price prediction. So this guy is calling for a $1 million Bitcoin prediction. He has been pardoned by Donald Trump recently. His exchange was pardoned by Donald Trump. The first time ever something like that's happened, actually. And now we've got the news story to cover it. So let's get straight into it. This is what oh, for some reason. Sorry. Why have I got no audio? Why did that turn off? I apologize. Sorry. I'm back. I apologize. Let's not do that again. So what I'm going to do is put that there so I always have visuals of my audio levels. We'll have to start again. Let's do it again. I apologize. I don't know. One of my scenes must have done that. Audio is back. Okay, we're back. I apologize. Let's do that again. Let's rerun that. I imagine the whole video had a problem there, so let's do that again. I wonder why that turned off. Okay, here we go. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investors channel. We've got a news story of a $1 million Bitcoin price prediction. The person who's predicting this has actually got pardoned by President Trump. His company got pardoned as well, which is a first. in the pardoning history. So let's see if this has any credibility. Let's see who he is, and let's do a deep dive into this price prediction. Because if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, you can expect the altcoins to go on to the biggest run ever. So let's have a look at this news story. So here we go. This guy is called Arthur Haynes. He's predicting a $1 million Bitcoin by 2028. Here is his slide. This is from today when he was talking in Dubai. Don't worry, Bitcoin is going to $1 million by 2028 is his main headline there. The Treasury prints money to fund the US government from 2022 to 2025. He's expecting Bitcoin to go up 6x. It's a bit off target already. From 2025 to 2028, Bitcoin can do similar or better numbers as deficit widens. $1 million price prediction. So here's the news article. Let's dive deep into this. We've got a few other things we need to cover about this specific person and news story. Bitcoin volatility drops to 563-day low, suggesting asset maturity as Arthur Haynes forecasts a $1 million price by 2028 amid rising ETF flows and investor confidence. Bitcoin is showing signs of maturity as global financial assets, with price volatility dropping to its lowest level for more than 500 days, according to new research. Remember, when you look at a chart and volatility drops very low, you should be expecting a big move to occur. Volatility refers to the degree of variation of a trading price over time, which indicates the uncertainty about. Let's just make sure we've got volume. Yes, we do. I was just checking if we had volume there. So Bitcoin volatility has hit a low. Remember, when we hit a low, get ready for a move to the upside. Bitcoin decreasing volatility suggests Bitcoin is maturing as a global financial asset, leading to more stable price trajectory. I don't think it's going. Volatility is dropping over time, but it will certainly be volatile for a long time to come. Bitcoin has now the 7th largest asset globally by market capitalization, reaching 1.87 trillion. It now ranks above silver, Meta, Saudi Aramco, according to CoinMarketCap. Here we go: gold, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Google. Then it's Bitcoin, and then silver. So let me just get to this part about the $1 million price prediction. The recent market activity has reignited long-term bullish predictions. BitMEX co-founder, that's who he is, big exchange co-founder. He got a big sentence. He pleaded guilty himself for some problems he had with that exchange, not going through it the appropriate ways, not knowing his customers and stuff like that. We'll get into that shortly as well. Arthur Haynes has said it can hit $1 million by 2028. And this is literally what he said. He's giving advice to everyone. It's time to go long everything. He's doing a Michael Saylor. He's saying sell your house and go long. That's basically what he's saying. I would definitely not advise anyone to do that. Before we get any further, nothing I say in this video is financial advice. This is my just thoughts and opinions only, covering some news articles and giving you my opinions on them. But it is not financial advice, and I wouldn't take his advice because he's literally saying to go long on everything. And he said that in his keynote speech. And he says, don't worry, Bitcoin is going to $1 million by 2028. No one can know that for sure. And he certainly can't as well. He's saying that because of the more money printing coming up. So on April 21st, Haynes predicted that the incoming US Treasury buybacks may present the next Bitcoin catalyst, which might mean this is the last chance to buy Bitcoin below 100,000. I don't believe that at all. I think in a bear market, we will certainly come back below 100,000. So let's move on to this part over here. Arthur Haynes, Bitcoin to 1 million. So who is he? He is the former BitMEX CEO, now CIO at a new exchange, Maelstrom. His prediction is 1 million by 2028. He believes that the global debt monetization, the political instability will drive a massive flight to hard assets like Bitcoin. His words are go long on everything. He is very bullish. His track record: he built BitMEX into a top derivative exchange. He pleaded guilty in 2022 to Bank Security Act violation. He had no AML and know your customers. when he should have. He served a home detention and a $10 million fine. He was pardoned by President Trump in 2025, along with BitMEX itself. Trump actually pardoned an exchange. Credibility, seen some visionary by some, reckless by others, known for bold and often accurate macro calls. Illegal issues raise questions, but crypto insiders still listen. Arthur Haynes is a co-founder of BitMEX and current CIO of Maelstrom. I think we've covered this part. So he was at Token 2049 conference in Dubai. He emphasized the impact of aggressive monetary policies and rising institutional interest on Bitcoin's price trajectory. He noted similar patterns in the past, such as reduced supply meeting sustained ETF and institutional demand have preceded significant price increases. So let's have a quick look at the Bitcoin chart. Do I see a path to $1 million? Probably. At some point, yes. Am I the biggest fan of Bitcoin? No. Is it doing what it was designed to do? No. Have people found a new use case for it? Yes. It's a store of value now. It's got 21 million coins. It's the new digital gold, as some would say. I'm more interested in if I'm in the cryptocurrency space. If I want to store value, I'll buy gold. If I want to invest in a new asset class, I'd look at the one that's actually solving problems. I don't think Bitcoin is solving that many problems at the moment. And I don't think it will. However, I am bullish on the price of Bitcoin. I do think it's the first ever cryptocurrency. People are still going to buy it. It has made a name for itself. And so far, Bitcoin runs the market. The biggest competitor, I think, for Bitcoin will be XRP, as it's the #2 cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin right now did a perfect retest of $74,000 on the chart. This is what we were expecting. This is what we were looking for. Why did I say 74,000? It's because it was the previous all-time high. We broke out of it after the bull flag. We went up quite rapidly over $100,000 and we never retested the level. On this move to the downside, we finally retested the level and we are looking at our next move up for Bitcoin. So what are we expecting? If the next leg up continues, if we don't get any more bad macro data, we are looking at $130,000 Bitcoin, and that will coincide with all-time highs with XRP. So that is the move that we are looking at for now on Bitcoin. There is resistance along the way, but ultimately that will be the next wave up. Resistance again at $100,000, then $110,000, then it will be $130,000, in my opinion. So I am bullish on Bitcoin. I do think we can possibly get towards 200,000 in the next year or so, and then the next bull run potentially by 2030 is my thoughts. 2030, yes, I would say $1 million is possible on Bitcoin, but I wouldn't hold my breath, and I think that is the way he's presented that idea. I think it's the wrong way to do it by telling everyone to go long, because no one knows for certain. But that's my thoughts on it anyway. So thank you for watching this video. There will be a video up here for you to have a look at as well, and another one up here. So thank you very much for tuning into this video. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. So let's have a look at your comments while we get to our next chart as well. We'll be looking at the Snapchat chart, because Snapchat is down very heavily after its earnings, and in 20 minutes time you have the opening bell show with Martyn. So another jam-packed day for everyone watching. Please do hit the like button if you haven't done so already. So what other questions do we have here? The price prediction has floated around in the coin community since 2017. Thanks, Kimberly, for that. Invest in the S&P 500, it's growth up thing to do. XRP hasn't changed in 7 years. Well, it's gone on a massive journey in 7 years. There's been plenty of opportunities to make money with XRP in the last 7 years. But yes, the price, the all-time high is still the all-time high. If and when that's crypto. ARB, AI robotics, AI drones, AI servers, 2024 financials. Thank you for that. I don't quite know what you want me to do with that. Oh snap, XRP went up a cent. It's pumping. Let's have a look at XRP. Is it pumping? Is it back above $2.30? That's the level we're looking for. No, it's this. We can't call this a pump. We can't call that a pump. It's just normal price action. everything. If GM is worth buying at $2.30. Good morning. XRP worth buying it to? I won't give any financial advice. I have no idea what your situation is. Might be right for some, might be not good for others. Not just S&P, just when. Highlander, I don't know what you mean. Sensei, not in my opinion. You don't. Stacey saying 1 million by 2028 is not going to happen in your opinion. Sensei is pumping XRP for me. That's why in 7, while XRP has done nothing, I've doubled my bag of the S&P 500. Right, so in the last 2 years with my XRP, I've tripled, quadrupled. In the last year, I've had a sort of 10x on my XRP portfolio. So if you just bought at the very top in 2017, which would be absolutely incredible if you've managed to do that, and you didn't do anything for the last 7 years, and then you sold today, then maybe you've broken even. But that's not the likely scenario. Likely scenario, people is DCA. People buy on when the markets go down, when there's blood in the streets, and then if you've done that, you've made a lot more than the S&P 500. I'm not saying the S&P 500 is a bad investment. It's a much safer investment. And if I had to say to someone who I don't know what should you invest in, I would probably say the S&P 500 over XRP. But to say that XRP hasn't done anything in the last 7 years is an outrageous statement. Captain Crunch, good for you. Ether's number 2, XRP has flipped ETH once. ETH might be slow now, but like, no, completely wrong. XRP is the number 2 cryptocurrency. You are wrong in thinking that, and they've done this on purpose because a lot of people don't like XRP. They make up FUD about it. But XRP is the number 2 cryptocurrency by official market cap. We're talking all of the XRP out there is circulating supply. That's how it should be calculated. 100 billion in 100 billion XRP tokens. You times that by the price. $223 billion is the market cap. That is higher than ETH's market cap currently. Disagree, Highlander. Also, when was the last time the S&P 500 did 300% in a couple months? Not sure. It's good for everyone. Bitcoin is running a bit though right now. Thank you for that. You might have doubled. We've got 600% up on our XRP so far. Thank you, Nick. No, I mean I wouldn't buy XRP now. Okay, thank you, Stacey, for clarifying what you meant. Still a few X's on it. I don't know what you quite mean, Matt. Okay, let's move on to our BlackRock story, and we can. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's move on to our BlackRock story. Here we go. So BlackRock is looking to tokenize shares of its $150 billion Treasury Trust Fund, the SEC filings show. Again, you can see tokenization is here to stay. All the people that don't sort of believe in these things, every day we're getting new news stories. Here we go, another news story from today. BlackRock is tokenizing shares of its $150 billion Treasury Trust Fund. That is using blockchain technology. Ripple is on this digitization train, and they are going to be doing more. So again, another reason why XRP is good to own. BlackRock is introducing a digital share class for its 150 billion Treasury Trust Fund, utilizing blockchain technology through the BNY Mellon. The new shares will use blockchain to mirror shared ownership records. I think we've got some news here as well. Yeah, that's for Snapchat. We'll cover that next. The new shares will use blockchain to mirror share ownership records, potentially leading to broader adoption of digital assets. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has highlighted the potential of tokenization and has warned the US could lose financial dominance if it fails to manage its debt. BlackRock is preparing to bring blockchain to the back office of one of its largest funds, filing to offer a digital share class of its 150 billion Treasury Trust Money Market Fund through the BNY Mellon. The new DLT shares, short for Distributed Ledger Technology, won't hold crypto. BNY Mellon, the fund's exclusive distributor intends to use blockchain to mirror shared ownership records, an incremental step that could pave the way for broader adoption of tokenized cash, digital assets, or blockchain-based settlement infrastructure in traditional finance. In the past few years, a growing number of firms have experimented with creating blockchain-based representations of real-world assets, bringing the traditional finance world rapidly into the crypto and decentralized finance environment. Earlier Wednesday, Lib said it was tokenizing 500 million of messaging platform Telegram's 2.4 billion debt and bringing it to the TON blockchain. So this whole digitization thing, tokenization is big, and I would say a lot of different projects are working on it. You just saw that TON token, one that Stacey Bailey brought to us previously, has done that with some of its debts, and BlackRock is trying to do that with its Treasury Trust Fund. Is part of the firm's liquidity fund suite and manages over 150 billion in assets as of April 29th. The DLT share class has a minimum investment requirement of 3 million for institutional buyers with no minimums or subsequent purchases. The SEC filing is preliminary and subject to approval. The move isn't BlackRock's first into tokenization. Its blockchain native BUIDL fund, created in partnership with Securitize, now manages over 1.7 billion in assets and recently expanded onto Solana. CEO Larry Fink has consistently emphasized his belief in long-term potential of tokenization and decentralized finance. In his 2025 annual letter to shareholders, Fink warned that the US risks ceding its financial dominance if it fails to control its debt, a vulnerability that could accelerate investor interest in alternatives like Bitcoin. If the US doesn't get its debt under control, America risks losing its reserve currency status to digital assets like Bitcoin, Fink wrote. Decentralized finance is an extraordinary innovation. It makes markets faster, cheaper, and more transparent, yet the same innovation could undermine America's economic advantage. So that's some news from today. BlackRock is continuing its path in this digitized world, and we'll potentially see more of this moving forward, and maybe into the actual cryptocurrency space with actual currencies rather than tokenizing treasuries. So that is big. We've got 10 minutes to cover this Snapchat news and see if there's any other chart requests. You can always do a super chat and we can cover your chart. So let me have a look at Snapchat. When I woke up this morning, Snapchat was down quite heavily. It's still down 14% on the day. Let's have a look. It's not looking good after last night's earnings. It's not looking brilliant. We've got the news to cover it here. We will start with that. See if we've got any other news to cover. Let's see. Okay. We'll do the chart and cover the news, and we'll put it out as a video, and then we'll send you over to Martyn, who will be streaming in 10 minutes' time. Let's just see this comment. I think we've got a troll in the chat. Not sure what you mean. XRP has a circulating supply of 58 trillion. So that's wrong. Technically speaking, I'll give you a link to a video we put out yesterday and I'll explain it. But that is technically incorrect data that people are using. It is, unfortunately, that's what's happened. People are using wrong data. Let me give you the link to the video that we created yesterday. There you go. You can see it in the chat. Go have a watch of that, and you'll understand what I mean. Not sure where your numbers are from. Why do you think that you should take the total supply to get the market cap? That's not. Yeah, that is how you calculate it with circulating supply. That's how market cap is calculated. the circulating supply of XRP is 100 billion, not trillion like you suggested. 58 trillion is wrong. It's 100 billion. The total supply of 100 billion, but that's not how you calculate market cap. You circulating. If you want to do that, then look. No, Chad. Please watch the video and you will understand. If you have any other questions, come back to us. We're live 10 hours a day, and on the extra channel we're live 24 hours a day, but I would recommend you watch the video first. Since I have 1,000 members only, how do you... Yeah, okay, that video will help everyone understand that. That's why we put it out. Do watch that video, and if you have any questions you can come back afterwards. Here we go. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investors channel. We are looking at Snapchat. We are going to do a full technical chart for you. What are the levels looking like, support and resistance? Where are we heading on Snapchat? We've got the full news of the earnings. It is down 14.5% as we speak. So very volatile at the moment. Let's see if we can make sense of what's going on. So thank you for tuning in. Let's get straight into the video. So we've got Snapchat technology, Snapchat Incorporated down 15% currently. We've had that big move down on the earnings news. We are currently down at $7.74. We are looking at the chart here. So if we zoom out and we can just do a bit of chart analysis before we look at the news and see what is going on. So we have looked at this chart before, hence we've got a few different trajectories going on. So obviously Snapchat IPO'd $30, came all the way down to its all-time lows back in 2018 and made all-time lows at the price of $4.73. So we will draw a level of horizontal resistance there. It then went all the way to its all-time highs at $81. And then it dropped back into its accumulation phase. So I do think Snapchat is in a bit of a weird accumulation phase right now, back at support. Where is that support? Well, I think it's a support where it touched back in 2020. It went all the way down to $7.67. And then more recently, after this big dramatic move to the downside after 2021, we've been seeing Snapchat trying to move sideways and accumulate. So this is... Sometimes you manage to find some good buys. Again, nothing I say during this video is financial advice. It's just my thoughts and opinions only, and only looking at it from a technical chart perspective and dubiously speculating on what can occur. So if I just draw a rectangle here, you can see that the price action here is forming a sort of an accumulation pattern, and we are very much at the bottom of it, around $7.63. So again, we see these patterns, and normally they break out to the upside because buyers are not letting the price head below $7.71. That is the level of support. However, sometimes in accumulation phases, what you get is a flush out to the bottom. And you might see something like a move towards the downside before you start suddenly moving back towards the upside. So what I would be doing with Snapchat right now, again, this is not financial advice, but we are at the bottom of the accumulation phase. So I'd be happily taking on some risk, buying at where we are now, and also waiting for my next buy at potentially the all-time lows at $4.71. And then we can start seeing a move. I'll be taking profits potentially at $20 and maybe even higher. But when you zoom out, you can see it's had its massive move to the upside. It's come down. It's trying to accumulate. It's trying to find a base. It's not going anywhere, in my opinion. And what you've got going on is potentially $20 as your next take profit zone. So looking at the news that came out, this is the reason that Snapchat has declined. So what it did, it withheld Q2 guidance. Why did it do that? Well, Snapchat chose not to provide financial guidance for the second quarter, citing macroeconomic uncertainties. The decision has unsettled investors. It's created fear, as it raises concerns about the company's future performance amid an unpredictable economic landscape. Another reason it's declined is the impact of the US tariff policies. The closure of the de minimis tariff loophole by the Trump administration has led to reduced advertising spending by some Chinese retailers on the platform like Snapchat. This policy change directly affects Snap's advertising revenue, particularly from international clients, and also investor caution amidst economic uncertainty. The combination of withheld guidance and external economic pressures has led to increased investor caution. Despite positive Q1 results, the lack of clarity about future earnings has prompted a sell-off. So what has actually happened is a 1.36 billion 14% year-on-year growth, surpassing analyst expectations. So it beat earnings adjusted loss of 0.08 per share, better than the anticipated loss of 0.13 cents. So 13 cents loss. Daily active users are now 460 million, a 9% increase year on year. They're still growing. Monthly active users surpass 900 million. Advertiser growth, 60% increase in active advertisers driven by small and medium-sized businesses. So to me, it doesn't look too bad. To me, it's an overreaction. They just don't know what to say about the future because it is uncertain times, and that is what the tariffs are causing at the moment. So I would be looking at this as a potential buying opportunity. Again, do your own research, but Snapchat to me, at least at its first buying zone at $7.88, I will be waiting. I will have some money on the side to buy it lower as well in case we drop. But thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy this, there will be a video up here for you to watch, a video up here. But until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, we're sending you over to Martyn in just a minute. Thank you all for tuning in to the show. We will be doing this every morning, so make sure you set your alarm clocks and tune in to me doing the weather forecast. So today, what do I think we're going to see? Well, it looks like it's a mixed day. We might have some, we might make some money in the sun. It might be a calm day in the field. And Snapchat currently, there's some lightning. There is some storms ahead, but I'm sure we will come out stronger for tomorrow. So thank you all. We are going to send you over to Martyn now. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.